Okay, and I mean, you were the one who, when we got here, you're like, yeah, Vinci's most consistent team.
They need to retract some of those statements, it seems. We'll see how the game plays out, but I don't really know how they, like, why would you pick Faceless Void and then not get a last pick mid who can deal damage into Chrono?
Banned out, I guess? I don't know.
They had Leshrac, they had Pugna.
There were options. All right, well, finally, we're going to get to see some cross-region play. We're going to get this started right now. Let's get the major underway.
Prepare for battle.
You 13 mana, boy.
And here we are, the best game to start things off, isn't it?
Oh,
Lacoste, Nigma up against Vici Gaming. It's been a while since we've been on the mic together, but how are you? What are expectations coming into this series?
Man, I don't know. I feel a bit disappointed in Vici Gaming's draft because this is the team that I hyped up the most throughout the first and the second season that I've been working on Chinese region. Now looking at the draft, I'm like, what are these guys doing? This is not what they've been playing. I don't know if they're jet lag. Tsunami said, like, you know, when did they come here? Because this is definitely not the draft that they've been playing. No damage whatsoever inside the Chronosphere.
Yeah.
Void Spirit was kind of dead, just not in pretty much the whole region, Southeast Asia. Picked it a couple of times, but felt like the worst spirit, I would say. Like, people were just not picking it at all. Double Doom, however, very strong, not the best way to disengage the fight. The Nigma has a lot of stuff that they can put the damage from far away. You have Snapfire ulti, you have Clockwork from a distance. I want to see more of this Lycan. Safe lane Lycan, I think, is very underrated. Something that Nigma played 1 or 2 times.
The physical damage build as well,
exactly.
Right? Yeah, and I think looking at Vici's draft, the fact that, like you said, they don't have much damage going into Chrono, sure, they won't be heavily reliant on it. They've got lots of abilities to cycle through in these team fights. But do you feel like once they commit for a fight, they're all in? If they're Chrono, they Doom, they start a fight, they have to go for it, don't they?
This is a team, this kind of a lineup needs you to go in and do stuff. Like, you need to be able to just get a kill or two, and then maybe force potentially a buyback. This is something that Nigma needs to have as a backup option, where, like, whenever you see these big team fight ultis, long cooldowns, just have a buyback ready and win a fight. Like, go inside Roche Pit, take another fight. I want to see this mid matchup, how it's going to go, because I have not seen Void Spirit in a very, very long time.
And it's up against Miracle Morphling as well. I mean, you know, I was covering the SA division, and we saw a bit of Void Spirit early days, but it was very often, you know, hard countered by the puck pick or dealt with quite nicely. And I feel like when we saw it succeed, it was around that kind of level 6, level 7 moment where he gets an action rune, he moves into the side lanes, he needs to get early kills to really get the ball rolling.
Yeah, maybe the reason is they have a Faceless Void, we'll pick another Void on top of it. Is there a third Void in the game?
I don't know, in Underlords, TA and Enigma are Voids as well, I believe. So they're counted as like the Void family. I mean, we've got 2 spirits as well, Earth Spirit and Void Spirit, so we're getting the Underlord synergy going, if anyone still plays that game.
They do. Kyle is an expert, I heard. Like,
I'm a master.
Yeah, he's a top 100 player.
Oh, is he really? Oh, look at DY. GH and Mind Control with these Ion Shells. Oh, they're going to chip away at him. They've got the first blood coming. He's put this Fairy Fire, but it'll do very little. Mind Control gets that first blood spilled in the top lane, and that is a cracking start for your Darkseer.
In the Western Division, EU, Clockwork was one of the heroes that caught my eye the most, whether it's GH, whether it's Saxa, playing it, just being very active on the hero, doing so much early on, and now you have a hero that also enables you with the Darkseer, Ion Shell, plus a Surge. Right now, Mind Control still saving a point in case they need a vac back, like a vac back into the cogs as well, very strong combination.
Or even to cancel TPs, we've seen that, right? The kind of level 3, you've got this 1-2-0 build, not even bothering with Surge. Cancel TPs back into cogs, like you said. And then down in the bottom lane, the final one, which we've not paid too much attention to, LTW, you know, he's farming away. He's attempting to. He's 4 and 5 right now. There's a bit of pressure coming in from that Doom and Earth Spirit, though, as we did see them earlier on, dragging waves around, manipulating the creeps. And GH, he's bodyguarded by Mind Control, so he will be able to slip away from that top lane aggression.
Meanwhile, at the bottom lane, poyoyo, just one more hit.
The Wolves, nah, they can't chase him. They'll turn back and swing into action onto Kuroki, old 11. Can't go for the dive. They'll stick around and whack LTW a little bit instead. But they've really put a lot of pressure on this Lycan's farming rate, haven't they?
Yeah, right now he's just sitting at 7 CS, Doom 9 and 2. Doom At the start of the season, wasn't really a big fan on the offlane, doesn't pressure too much, but he gets ton of farm. And when you hit that critical timing, I want to see if he's going to go for that Hand of Midas type of a build, which I really like. Also wasn't a big fan, but after seeing a couple of games in other regions as well, where you get that Blink Dagger, BKB, Hand of Midas, most of the time it's just the same item build into Shiva's Guard, and then a Refresher, because you get so much gold, it's very hard to play into.
What is it? It's like 300 GPM on top of it, right? With the Vow and the Hand of Midas is pretty nuts. And you get those items much faster, of course. And Nigma here, trying to contest the pull that poyoyo has successfully dragged, but KuroKy, he'll reset that lane, but a double wave arriving now for LTW to try and lap up a bit more CS there. And mid lane, a Miracle, 19-3. Not much of a struggle for the Void Spirit so far. Has his bottle up and is trying to do a bit of damage to Miracle, but Morphling is unkillable at this point, right?
Exactly, that's pretty much what matters in this matchup. You cannot die.
Absolutely, especially with Water Runes up, there's no way that you're going to be able to take him down. Even with an Earth Spirit rotation, it could be quite a challenge. And Water Rune is going to come back up again in a sec. GH will guard the top for Miracle. So it looks like the Void Spirit, he's going to have to go for the bottom one.
I think Morphling should regen more from the Water Rune, like extra 50%, because he is the water himself.
Someone was asking me, is it cannibalism? He's made of water, he's drinking water. Is that cannibalism that Morphling's partaking in?
Good question.
We'll have to ask the Lore Masters. Where's Slacks when you need him? And Mind Control. He's got himself the raindrop, so he's very tanky up here, and he's been left alone. Clockwork has made that little mosey down into mid lane.
Even after all these nerfs, Snapfire just seems like it's a first pick material as a hero. It nerfed the Lil Shredder, nerfed the Aghanim Scepter before, still feels super strong.
I guess she's kind of moved roles a bit as well, right? Because we saw her in that 5 or 4, then people figured out you could play her 2 or 3, and now with the nerfs it's kind of play as the support. You don't really have that same core or carry strength that we previously saw from, a Thompson Snapfire, for example.
It's still doable, I think, in certain situations, certain scenarios. It's just that it shines on a position 5 most of the time, because you get so much damage. They have a good setup with the cog.
Minus armor.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I guess you've got that mild flexibility with a snap, like you say, if you do pick it up early on in the drafting stage. What's going on up top? Because poyoyo is TPing there. Clockwork, it looks like he was trying to drag the wave, and DY, he's done. He's dead. And they do get the trade back onto GH. And Mind Control, the time dilation, the bashes, the time locks. They've got him all stuck up here. And Vici Gaming with a great rotation from that Earth Spirit make DY sacrifice all worth it. Well, bottom, old 11. Chased back by LTW, but KuroKy can't really close the gap on him. The Doom is tanky and speedy with the phase boots up.
I love that. The build on poyoyo this game, putting in a single point in time dilation, roll mid, they surprised him.
They catch him with the Remnant. The nuke damage, not enough. Look at that. Morphling pops his one, has the raindrops, even turns for a nice little adaptive strike back into the bottom lane. The cookie forward, they'll catch the Doom out at long last. Nigma grabbing that off-lane kill.
Tips, not offensive tips, not something that Nigma does. Doom getting closer to his level 6, so once they get that, I expect the Earth Spirit to rotate, so they possibly get a kill on Lycan.
What are we looking for here in terms of the game plan for Nigma? Because we went over Vici Gaming in terms of how they want to approach fights. They're waiting for level 6 on the Grimstroke, on this Doom. Their ulti is very important. Nigma, what are they focused on? Is it item builds? Is it Lycan and Morphling hitting item timings?
As a Morphling on a mid lane, you can put a lot of pressure, just force a rotation, as we've seen. Just being very annoying, because Void Spirit without items, he can't really kill you. They need to bring Earth Spirit to silence him, or a Doom. He doesn't care too much about the Grimstroke rotation. If there's a Phantom, there is a 1 point in 1, because you have all that agi, it just instantly dies pretty much.
Oh, old 11. He's going to phase himself over KuroKy. The big bad wolf is coming though. The shapeshift from RTW is going to slice through this Doom after the Inkswell ends. RTW should be able to finish this one up. There's no way poyoyo or DY can save him at all. He's even going to go diving a little bit deeper here, considering the move onto the Grim. But gives up in the end. There's creeps to be had back at his tier 1 tower.
First good usage of Lycan ulti. They get a kill on a core. Lycan going into right click. There's no necro units anymore, so you have to figure out what you're going to build. Going into Echo Saber, probably going to be maybe Armlet's not the best one here against Doom, even though item got a huge buff in terms of how much damage you actually receive from having it on.
Yeah, I guess with the Doom, the Magnetize, even this spill damage coming out from the Void Spirit, the Grimstroke, it can be a little bit nasty to try and toggle your armlet. But we're seeing Vici Gaming here almost scrambling to try and make something happen. You see the net worth of the Void Spirit right now, 6th position. It feels like Ori really wants to get himself on the board, find some kills, but mid lane is a no-go zone. Bot lane really hasn't been successful for them. Are we waiting for the Faceless Void to TP rotate with a Chrono? Because right now, the game is almost slipping out of Vici Gaming's hands.
It's a 1k gold lead. We still need to see first Chrono rotation. Once again, very concerned about their damage output inside a Chronosphere. No range hero. Like I would maybe prefer if Void Spirit was a Leshrac, but that's just me, because this hero feels completely...
Oh, hello.
Oh, bottom. Never mind.
Fake out. I think he killed off the creep that was being cookied forward.
Yeah. And on the top lane, poyoyo is just farming, going into Maelstrom, pretty standard build on Void these days.
Yeah.
One thing I like is that he's maxing the Time Walk, because there's a lot of overtime chip damage coming out, especially
Radiant's
from the
bottom
Clockwork
tower
and
is under attack.
the Iron Shell, so he decided to max it out.
Kuro going to get away from PYW. And again, it's a Vici Gaming movement that comes to very little and might actually set up for Nigma to turn on them. They jump into the cogs with the Void Spirit, but PYW stuck in here as LTW back into Shapeshift, and GH finally pops to that late damage from the Astral Step, while a good TP from DY gets him safely back to Fountain. But Vici Gaming making moves and not really having the payoff, as mid lane they do deny the tower away from Miracle's Morphling at the very least.
Something that shouldn't happen. I think he got surprised. Old 11 still going for that Hand of Midas. He also got some chunk of gold after denying that tower. So, all good there. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Rocket just scouting things out. poyoyo continues to farm.
Yeah, untouched. Absolutely untouched on that Faceless Void. 4,200 net worth. Mind control, he's even dropped the wall earlier on, but that's another thing, right? If you're looking at this Vici Gaming lineup with all the damage they've got, once MC gets himself, the pipe, the mech, the Greaves, or whatever it might be, he mitigates a lot of that team fight potential. Now Kuroki gonna get found in the trees here, nuked down. Another one up there for Vici Gaming, and Ori gonna be happy to get some earn charges on his Void Spirit.
Doom still didn't skill his ulti.
Good roll. PYW's found ILTW, the TP. Yeah, that's a good one.
And that's a big W for Nigma. He gets out.
We've been talking to Rich about these W's.
Yep. I love talking to my boy Rich.
I hear ya.
A lot of insights. Not about the game, but about like life
in general.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, we're looking pretty good for Team Nigma now. We've got the Echo Saber on the Lycan. He's going to farm through the jungle at a pretty rapid rate. The catapult wave top not being utilized. I mean, it's been pinged out on that tower, because Vici, they are on the tier 1 bottom lane, while Nigma a little bit behind the curve in terms of map movement. Focus much more on their farming rate rather than the shove onto that top lane. And it's kind of a hard lane to move into, right? Pushing Faceless Void out of the lane unless you chipped away at him.
They don't have a single silence. They have, like Lycan Morphling doesn't provide it. You roll in.
Yeah, they catch out DY with hook shot, but there's so many heroes here ready and waiting for that initiation. GH gets turned on immediately. And get the tower denied. Miracle grabs it.
1-1 in terms of deny. Wolf.
On the Wolves, the kisses are coming. Oh, he's got Time Walk, he's going to TP out, and there's no more stuns.
That's all they got.
He cancels. He wants to turn around and fight this. They've still got Chrono ready. If they want to find the big bad wolf, the time dilation's there. Maybe Kuro will be that final kill they'll find in that top lane. Try and get some bashes going. He's forced the one down. And there's a Snapfire dropping.
I love this Faceless Void. Actually canceled the TP there. Does not want to go in. And what's most important is he is saving the tower. Something that we've seen from Void Spirits, going into that Spirit Vessel early on, instead of going that like Yule's Aghanim Scepter. You're playing against Morphling, you're playing against Lycan, a lot of overtime damage. Canceling the healing, one of the best items, one of the reasons why Morphling also decides not to get a shotgun. Going into Manta style, have a way of dispelling things, and then like even, good catch.
GH has found him! And he's going to set up Miracle here for a preview on PYW, isn't it? Yeah, there's the final adaptive strike. All around the Roche pit, but still no ability for Nigma to get out for that top tier 1 objective that they would so desperately want to claim. And we're still holding that Chronosphere on the Faceless Void.
Now just stacking the Chronospheres for later on. Maelstrom done.
How long until Grim hits level 6, by the way? Or has he hit 6 and he's holding a point of ulti?
He's not
He's
holding
7.
a point. He has all 7 abilities used.
I see.
Is under attack.
So he's going to be waiting for level 8 until they finally get the double dooms going.
I think he gets another point in Inkswell and then gets a point in the Soulbind.
Okay.
Because right now, what he wanted to do is put another point in the Phantom's Embrace, so you can't really kill that easily. And you can like stack the silences with him and the Earth Spirit. Still yet to see the combo, because they have not been using this Doom, they have not been using the Chronosphere so far.
Yeah, it's been quite a slow, steady game from them until now they kick into action. On to GH's Clockwork, who tried to break the smoke. He gets his job done, maybe a turn here for Miracle and Kuro. They won't be able to crack back on the Void, and the Doom is going to come out. Finding the back lines, Lycan, he's stuck down here with the Doom, bring over the kisses, back towards DY. Allow Miracle to split in half again, and they got the wall onto 11. MC and RTW, even though they've doomed up the Lycan, he just turns and hits them.
There's no follow-up damage. They definitely need Void Spirit. They need the Spirit Vessel to have some more overtime damage. Good thing for VG Gaming is they have one of the better heroes to utilize the Inkswell. You have Void Spirit, Earth Spirit, like pretty much everyone loves to have it on because all these heroes are melee and they want to jump in.
Absolutely. And now we've got that mech up on mind control. That's going to be a great little save there for Nigma in these longer extended team fights. He's waiting down by that bottom rune, a dangerous place to be, and it's an arcane that can be grabbed up here by Vici Gaming. And they won't catch on to Darkseer, but Clockwork makes the jump on PYW instead. GH yet again brawling away at a very rapid rate as they cancel out the roll. The Miracle Morphling still on the back lines, battling with the Faceless Void, turns into him as well. Time dilation, not something that poyoyo really wants to be handling.
Cookie,
And the
you need to be
Cookie,
careful.
he's straight onto the Faceless Void. They time walking back up to high ground though. The Wolves are going to scout. RTW hunting and chasing, but doesn't have the follow through. These fights really are very scrappy. They engage, get one kill, disengage, and spread.
They don't have the answer for Faceless Void nor Void Spirit. None of these heroes build into any kind of silence, into any kind of hex. So very hard to control. So VG Gaming should keep fighting. I want to see a Chronosphere, even though it's not the most, you know, they don't have the most damage inside a Chrono. Just placing it on one of the supports, just got to do the trick.
We'll put it on the Lycan. Waste the shapeshift time. Make sure your supports can survive. Miracle has that Manta style done. Over towards the Ancients as the rest of his team making that barrier in front of his Ancient area. MC breaks the ramp, walks up to high ground. Gonna spot out old 11 in a second. Again, they don't really have that great ability to jump, catch, and kill.
They need Clockwork. Clockwork needs to be pretty much involved in every single kill. He needs to be active. So far, he has been involved.
There it is.
There we go.
He goes in. But then what? Yeah, he's been sauced up. They've got stuns, they've got slows. They will try with this wall and the jump in. Miracle finds BYW. But Vici Gaming, probably quite happy with that. Wall dropped. Nigma expend a decent amount. And they'll be able to reset and maybe think about fighting around this Roshan because Nigma are walking into the pit.
They have enough damage with the Morphling Manta style, with Lycan inside the pit. Echo Saber deals a ton of damage. Still no points in Howl, but eventually we'll get there. Let's see if they decide to take this fight. It goes down so quick.
That is so quick. I was going to ask you, is it worth Vici contesting this?
I don't think they can.
They don't even know it's happening. It's happening so bloody quickly. There's ages now for Miracle. So the unkillable, unkilled Morphling now with a second life. They've got an Arcane Rune on Ori mid, though.
That's a big one. If he gets multiple spells off in a team fight, it's gonna wear off in the next 10 seconds.
That's unfortunate. That would have been a great spot for Vici Gaming there to use this bottom jungle platform area just to move in towards mid-tier 1. Again, an important objective for them to grab.
And this is why Mind Control is the best Darkseer player in the world, in my opinion, because he does not go for Aghanim Scepter first item. I've seen him in the other regions. He wants to be able to fight with the team, tank up. You know, Aghanim Scepter makes you tankier, but the components, it's just stats pretty much. So you don't get that value that you get from the mech.
Yeah, much nicer as like a second or third item.
Sure.
And when you've got like an Ember Spirit or, you know, a lawnmower hero, right? Yeah, they don't catch PYW. But maybe later on the Aghanim Scepter Darkseer could be good on the Lycan. Chasing people down and running them into the ground. as Nigma really do secure themselves a nice little foothold in that top part of the map in that dire jungle.
VG Gaming, they need to play a bit of a split push game for the next couple of minutes, just to get them back on track. Very limited on stunts, as we already mentioned. No silences whatsoever. Their catch is clockwork. If he misses a hook shot, then on the other side of the map, you can start playing more aggressively. But Nigma, they're not stopping. They took a tier 2 tower, they can take the outpost, and that's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, it's quite nice as well when you've got that kind of situation you're explaining. You know, Void Spirit feels the need to catch up a little bit. Void can farm that area you're indicating down bottom, and then Doom doesn't need that much space to farm. He can devour, he can keep his net worth and gold going, but look at this. Nigma are on your high ground. They're using this first Aegis very aggressively. Miracle forced to dip away from the tier 3, doing about a third of the HP in damage to it already, 18 minutes in, and more importantly, forcing all the TPs back.
And also what's important is they are keeping a tier 1 tower on the mid alive. They're controlling the runes. Miracle right now with the Arcane Rune going into E-Blade. So supports need to be careful. Even Void, he's not building into BKB yet, going for SNY, a bit of status resistance, which is okay. Like Faceless Void, if you tank up, if you survive, you don't even need a BKB. If you can get like Scotty Satanic, I think that should be the build here against the Morphling, especially like an ulti. A bit prematurely.
He's hungry. Sends the wolves up to scout out DY. The kisses are coming across, and Morphling, he's turned into the Earth Spirit, gets the catch with a roll. Beautifully done, and Old 11 is being hunted down. You can't catch him out. The hookshot does miss, but Old 11, Echo Saber slapped down, and the roll back in. Miracle just keeps it going. A double for Morphling, and GH unfortunately couldn't quite get in onto that bonus kill, but Nigma, they start the steamroller now with that first Aegis.
Very aggressive move there from ILTW, just runs in, he gets leashed, but you know, this wolf/dog cannot be leashed that easily, especially if there's no one around him. And what's most important is that he provides the vision for the team. They also don't have enough burst damage. 19 minutes in, where's the Chronosphere?
That's like, we haven't seen a single one, have we?
Nope.
Oh yeah. Oh, we have been saying there's no damage really to go into it, so maybe
maybe that's why he's not using it.
He's just not using it. Well, Faceless Void, he's got some other spells, and he's building some nice items like you were mentioning. SNY very close to completion. A little bit behind the Morphling now as Miracle starts to create a bit of a gap that Faceless Void potentially might not be able to bridge. Good hook shot. GH, he finds Old 11 off in this dire triangle, but they roll back in towards the clockwork. PYW, ink swelled up, and now the Crow
there it
from the
is.
back wall. It's on to 4 of them. DY being slain by Miracle. They do get the Doom onto the Doxy on the back as Kuro gets rolled on again. The batches from poyoyo and VG Gaming strike back, but Morphling is such a potent force, you can't contend with Miracle.
A good back-to-back. I believe that hit on 4 heroes on the top of the wall. Great way to disengage, and we can see the lack of damage inside the Chronosphere. Another Lycan ulti.
Another one, yeah, he's going back onto the Void Spirit now. I mean, they're both Voids back behind their tier 2. Nigma starting to put the pressure on real thick here. 14 to 11, a kill score. The net worth difference doesn't seem, by the metrics, that there's that much between the two teams, but the pace at which Nigma have been playing the past 3-4 minutes around that first Aegis, pressuring high ground, moving up to tier 3s, and might be even going up again. poyoyo Swell, they want to get onto Miracle. 20 seconds until Aegis is reclaimed.
They know there's no cooldown. Like, cooldowns are there. No Doom, no Chrono. Like, these combos.
They go on to Morphling. He's still got Aegis, and he's gladly going to give his first life as they get the Lycan out of there. Kuroki saves the day for RTW while Miracle rolled upon yet again, but he got the strength morph off. Looks like the Morphling should be alright to wait for back as Kuro gets healed up by the mech, but PYW helps Ori.
They need to get more. PYW needs to connect with his
but he misses the roll. He misses it, and now you got this Faceless Void, Miracle Morphling jumping away. Old 11, has he got a Doom? Has he got anything to stun him? Miracle is just dancing around him. The Ballerina Morphling pirouetting around VG Gaming. No catching this fella.
This is the silence. This is the silence that they need to charges on that silence from Void Spirit so he can control the backline, but they will have tools to deal with it. Manta Style is already there. Dark Cheer with the Guardian Greaves.
Oh, it's a full Greaves now, yeah? Oh, he's bringing so much sustain to these fights.
Radiant are scanning.
And what's the next move? It feels like Nigma kind of just want to wait for second Roshan, then potentially finish the game the way they've been going. VG Gaming, is it just try and chain smoke, try and look for fights?
They need to use the Chronosphere. Next Roshan may respawn in 2 minutes, so this is where they should try to take another fight. Going into Scotty. Smoke from Nigma.
Oh, he misses out. The hook shot not on the mark from GH this time. And it looks like Void Spirit's going to get away from the Cogs, but the E-Blade Adaptive Strike, that shotgun picked up by Miracle, slays DY and RTW into the wolf form, but he won't find anything to pick off in that triangle. I'll just take control of the area, ward it up, and start thinking about
Would you look at that? Miracle also find the Nether Shawl, which is probably the best item. You can find on Morph, just a better hood overall, plus some spell amp on top of the shotgun. He had a perfect game so far. 8-0-0, which means that he stole every single kill that he was involved in. Which you want to do with Morph.
Something going the way of VG Gaming, and the Doom coming out as well. Old 11's beekeeping himself up, and they are starting to slap down into RTW. Ori picks up a double kill as Nigma stick around too long with a couple of heroes in the triangle and spreading the map too thin.
Not sure BKB was needed there from Old 11, because it's just a Lycan. He doesn't deal any magical damage, but better to be safe than sorry.
No stuns either.
Both mid laners actually having a really good game. Not even a single death on both of them. Ori also 8-0. Going into Kaya Sanj, which is one of the best items in the patch, I would say.
For sure.
Even after the nerfs, the status resistance plus the spell amp just feels so good to have on certain heroes.
Yeah, like Lash, Void Spirit is a spectacular item. And also got a couple of Spirit Vessel charges still there up his sleeve as well, so he'll very likely be holding them for whenever they find Miracle Morphling isolated, or the ability to jump onto the Morphling with the Earth Spirit and the Void together. But Nigma, they're going to know that it's nearly Roshan time. We're getting to that point where it's fast spawn time. So these smokes are looking to secure themselves the top area of the map, get some kills, pick off DY here, and it looks like it should be a pretty simple one for Miracle to continue his streak.
And that's godlike for Miracle. Roche will respawn in 2 minutes, so they don't need to rush things. They could potentially take a tier 2 tower on the bottom lane. Tier 1 also still standing there. So
free money.
Yeah, free gold on the map.
Absolutely is. That's why we've got these couple of heroes here. Void Spirit pushing the bottom lane, showing on the map, and Faceless Void playing off map in these jungle camps, just trying to extract as many resources from the map as they possibly can. But the Wolves are always scouting them. Like, wherever we look at these VG Gaming heroes, they have a wolf on them. There's vision, and Miracle, oh, he's not going to find him. Beautiful attempt to try and catch the Earth Spirit on his escape, but not quite there.
What a wild game. Like, score pretty much even. VG Gaming leading in terms of net worth. You know why?
Doom?
There you got it. Got it, Gary. A lot of it. Like, this is where Doom shines. Like, he wants these mid-game fights when he gets the items going into Shiva's Guard. His next item, if it comes down to that, should be a refresher. And then you potentially have 3 Doom targets if you can execute. Problem is, DY does not have a cast range item and didn't find a neutral one, didn't build into one, instead decided to go for a Force Staff, which is okay, you know, forcing people out of the cogs is something nice, but you need to be close. You need to be standing close to the fight. The cast range on that Soulbind is not too good. They're getting scouted by the Wolves.
Yeah, everywhere they go, the Wolves will follow. And they try to smoke there again, vying for control around the Roche pit. What's the timer now? 10 seconds. And Nigma are the ones that look like they're in prime position to try and grab this. But Vici are also ready. They've scanned the pit. They know that something's not quite right. RTW, here we go. Shapeshift forward with a great hook shot. Catches 2 of them on the outskirts of the battle. PYW almost blown up, but he survives. Old Lemon and poyoyo back towards the Chrono. They need the Chrono to catch him, and they will. The cookie, nothing will save him at all. And also in the back, the Doom and the catch. Mind control down to Old 11, all around the Roshan spawn. What a huge fight for Vici.
Vici Gaming, they're not done. They're still chasing. They're going to get this one as well.
But Tier 1 Tower still alive. I mean, Morphling in the back. He's hunting for targets, but unsuccessful in his attempts. Maybe Nigma can stop them taking Roshan, though, as Vici Gaming have 5 alive up against the 2 of GH and Miracle.
They need to get something done out of this, like potentially get one more kill, or if they want to wait, just reset, get your ultis back up, and go for that Roche fight.
There's Tier 1 tower mid, there's Roshan, and look at Miracle's positioning right now. Angling towards a free kill. He attempted on the Void Spirit.
And he gets it!
The 8x streak demolished. Miracle, beautiful pick off. Now that's going to stop VG Vici Gaming in their tracks. GH will gladly die for the cause.
800 gold for Morphling on top of it, and now he's getting closer to the link.
He's going to get another kill here, maybe. DY on the run. Miracle in that Faceless Void mode again. Already used his time dilation, time walk off to the side, and GH even buys back to secure the Roshan for Nigma. It looked good for Vici Gaming with a Team 5 victory around that perfect timing, but Nigma are the ones that will claim the prize.
Yeah, they cannot take this fight anymore. No Doom, no Chronosphere. It's Cheese Ages plus a Shard. I want to see who gets the Shard. I would give it to Snapfire potentially, or Clockwork for the memes.
Radiant's middle tower.
The jetpack memes.
Jetpack memes. It's not as bad as people think. I'm kind of convinced Darkseer actually holding it for now.
Okay.
Normal punch, and he's gonna be punching people like anime. Yeah, we're here. That's why he decided to get it.
But they're very, very fitting. In with the theme. He's got Blink Dagger as well, so he can, jump onto that Faceless Void, normal punch him, and see what he can get done. The second Aegis though.
It got buffed. Like, do you get max stun easily now? And also Howl. The disability attack damage reduction, it's not maxed out yet, but once it will be 40%, and also armor minus 8. Howl is that balance, Gary.
It's pretty bonkers. Such a good debuff there coming out from RTW.
Top tower is under attack.
I guess Snapfire's got no points in Scatter Blast. Did I see that right?
Yeah, that's why they decide to give her Shard. It's
Okay.
like one of the old memes. Buys Aghanim Scepter.
Doesn't level up the skill.
Exactly, doesn't level up ulti.
Well, Kuro looks like he's holding a point there as his talent tree flashes. We've got Morphling, still with that Nether Shawl, sending the Grove Bow back. And Nigma just regrouping, resettling themselves to think about that bottom lane push. And maybe the attempt on high ground in the next minute or two. Well, Vici.
And because he picked up the Aegis, doesn't need to go for Lycan Seer. He's not afraid of the Doom. Instead decides to go for Scotty, more slow, just better stats overall.
Yeah, slow down these melee heroes, right? You mentioned there's no real ranged threat from Vici Gaming up against the Faceless Void, the Void Spirit, and the Doombringer. Kiting and slowing them such an important part and factor here for Miracle's gameplay. As it looks, is he going to try and do an illusion bait? Are they going to go for this? He sent the real hero with an illusion to the tower, and he's trying to bait with his second illusion, but they're running away from it. Not going to try and fall for any kind of play by Miracle.
They know which one is real.
They spot him out.
Still, lead for Vici Gaming in terms of kills. Well, Doom. That's where the goal comes from. It's a goal factory, pretty much.
And I guess Lycan not really the fastest farmer, is he?
He's not. He tends to be in the fights. He's not the same hero anymore. No Necrobook, as we mentioned. But I like what he's doing. I think maybe his second item instead of Armlet should have been that Orchid. It was a popular build before, especially in Southeast Asia. Get the Necro into Orchid and just completely destroy one hero because they have no stun. Hook shot.
Oh, the vacuum though. Finds PYW, but he's got another roll away. Oh, the little puppy steps in front of GH, but Miracle, he's snuck into the back here. Kisses expended by Kuro, and it looks like PYW are going to get slapped down. Miracle's there with a Skadi slow, great roll to the high ground, and he's even BKB'd himself up to survive.
Middle tower is under attack.
RTW has done a really good job. It's like he's playing a Beastmaster, or the old Lycan with the Necro, just providing the vision for the team has been crucial in some of these team fights.
Yeah, it gives the openings for everybody. The Morphling, the Clockwork, even a Snapfire to launch some of those big globs of lava at people. But another situation where Nigma feel the need to fall back and push out their lanes and slowly meander their way across the river towards the objectives they want. While Vici Gaming...
That's gonna be a huge problem when they get the next set of items. On Doom, a Refresher, he's getting there. Like, he needs the just 2,000 gold to finish it off. Shiva's Guard as well on top of it. So they're gonna have Holy Trinity of the items, which I like to call against certain heroes like a Morphling. You have Spirit Vessel, you have Shiva's Guard, and Faceless Void will have a Scotty.
Yeah, it's perfect. I mean, we're getting to the point where Vici Gaming, they're in late game at this point, you know. We've got these huge items coming up for them. Yeah, scaling really, really well. Well, you know, Nigma starting to become more and more like that 4 Protect 1 around Miracle's Morph. And he's moving forward again with these Wolves. RTW scouting everything that Vici Gaming are up to.
I would love to see a gem. Just gem getting picked up so they can smoke, not necessarily invest into sentries. Waiting for Roach. They're waiting for this Aegis to expire, and it's gonna expire in the next 25 seconds.
There's a hook shot in. They want to make the most of it, and they get straight on the Faceless Void. He's dead. Has a buyback ready. They want to pop it because Overleven's going in deep, hunting with his Doom after Mind Control. They kill off poyoyo, and Mind Control drops as well, but RTW turns the Wolf, helping Miracle get that beyond godlike streak. PYW, he's got a good magnetize going, but a double kill Morphling just slaughtering them. VG Gaming
is gone in 5 seconds. Can they time it?
He can get away with a roller cost. He's turned into Earth Spirit. Waveform TPs, and he's out of it. Nigma move in, they strike. They get 3 buybacks off the back of that as well.
That was such a big play, because Faceless Void, he felt secure. There are no silences whatsoever. I can get away with this item build. Suddenly, Orchid reveal from Lycan, and they managed to burst him down from 100 to a 0, forced 3 buybacks, and it's time for Nigma to go. Like, there's still a Chronosphere up, but I feel like if they win another fight, the game just ends, because they have enough damage with the Morphling. A Morphling could potentially even buy back. There's still tier 1 tower to TP to easily on a mid lane and just get back into the fight.
Yeah, they're going to have pretty much everything, right? The kisses are back. They'll have Shapeshift and Wall reasonably soon, and they are waiting in that mid lane spot to see if anybody comes to shove the wave, and it looks like the Wolf leading the charge.
Again.
They spot poyoyo. They see the Faceless Void.
He knows.
There it is. GH catches him with a hook shot. Never mind. No follow-up. That was scary though for Vici.
Style points. You know, we can get you if we want to, but we don't want to end the game here.
Just poking the angry ogre, making sure they know who's boss.
Radiant's top tower.
Miracle gonna go down to bottom, shove that wave out and close the net around the little fishies of VG Gaming. They're being shoved back into the bunker that is the Dire base. Only one hero there. You see the Void Spirit out on the map anywhere, and even he has to TP back because he is afraid. And there's that gem you mentioned. I'll see if they use it to smoke up out of this real sticky situation. There's a long line drawn.
Took them a while to pick up that gem, because it's super annoying to play into. There they are, already scouting. You don't necessarily need to deal damage with them. It's all about that reveal.
Hello, little doggos. And then say goodbye. Now what's the... There's the move. Smoke time. We need to get these double dooms going. And PYW's been pretty good at finding these targets with his rolls, adding the Ink Swell from DY. As we do have that Infernal Blade Aghanim Shard, yeah, like the observers showing there, so even more potent percentage-based damage onto a hero like Morphling.
I've been trying to think what ILTW stands in this particular game. The best I could think of so far is I like the Turn and then like into, which is not there, Wolf. But yeah,
I like the Wolf.
I like the Wolf pretty much. Yeah.
Just stick with that.
Keep it simple, okay, Gary? Thank you.
You set it up. I'll do the proofreading. Don't you worry. Very patient though from Nigma, isn't it? There's no need to rush, no need to go too headstrong into these situations.
And Faceless Void changing his mind, needs to get that defensive item going into BKB next.
Okay.
Understands if they silence me, it's been shown in the previous fight, I can just straight up die.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it right, he went to the Ashen Wide and go for Manta or BKB, so he doesn't have a Dispel. And I guess Satanic, not really something that's on the cards for the Faceless Void either.
Satanic is also a Dispel, which, but
it's a bit wonky to fit it into this kind of build.
I think he also wanted to have something to defend against E-Blade, because if he gets Ethereal inside a Chrono, there's not going to be any damage. Still, they don't have any real damage. Well, they have 3 melee heroes and the 1 range hero, which actually does not deal damage inside a Chrono anyway.
And you don't want to have to BKB to get rid of an E-Blade, do you? But I'll see what he gets up to. As VG Gaming still not able to take down that mid-tier 1. 36 minutes in. They get some good vision down, and they are here. Ready to make the jump onto whoever shows to push out that mid-catapult wave. That's it, it's ILTW. Shows under the ward. Do they go for this? Of course they will. Blink stop Doom. Oleven's in. They make the jump onto it. The Chrono catches Nigma. 3 heroes in the bubble. Pants down Nigma. They're getting slaughtered there. Michael has to fight back. ILTW does it as well. Snapfire will return to the battlefield. The vacuum wall. MC. He's in on top of all of them. Miracle's in trouble though. He's lost the majority of his energy. He's out to shift straight to strength. Comes back in as the Faceless Void as the roll across. Misses out on him. Spirit can't catch him. And VG Gaming come out with a double kill. But Doom is in trouble.
Still alive.
They're still taking him down. Miracle. He's got poyoyo. The finishing blow. Gets the godlike streak to continue. PYW is caught up there with a battery assault and RTW. He's hunting for them. Bashes the Earth Spirit. Gets caught up in the nice little remnant, but he's dead. 100 seconds.
3 buybacks by Nigma. This is something that I mentioned at the start of the series. It's gonna come down to that. You want to bait one of the big spells like a Doom or a Chronosphere, instantly buyback, and try to win a fight 90 seconds without Faceless Void.
How long on Roche?
45 seconds. So they need to go mid, like potentially get 2 sides. I don't think they can finish the game 80 seconds. We'll see Doom getting closer to that refresher. What he can do is, okay, he actually has enough money. That's it. Hook shot misses. We heard the sound.
But yes, that was the fight where we were expecting Nigma to, you know, take out these heroes that don't have buyback. So really,
It's a full minute still, Gary.
are they going to jump? Miracle's getting caught out here. They've got the refresher orb. Old 11 with the Soulbind. Double the buyback. He's going to die. He's got for a minute and a half. And they've caught LTW as well. Wolf stomped him. Lycan's an absolute goner.
Oh, they did not respect that. What a play from 11. He actually gets enough money for refresher. Even if he didn't, I think he could potentially sell the Midas, get the gold, and just surprise them. Like he surprised that Morphling. Morphling needs 800 gold for buyback. So next Roshan is up. Vici, they don't know that. It's very hard to have a good read whether he has or does not have enough money for that buyback. And they can go inside the pit once Faceless Void.
Look at the lead now. 12k lead for Vici Gaming. I mean, this Nigma side, they really needed to push their advantage a little bit earlier on because Roshan is about to be scouted out by Vici. They move into the pit. 4 heroes alive. Void ready, like you say, in about 5 seconds. And there's still that minute window.
Like they
can't
might
stop it.
try to go in, potentially like sacrifice one of the heroes and try to steal something. What's Roshan gonna drop? It's Cheese Aegis plus a refresher. So potentially, Gary.
Oh, how many?
Potentially 4, but there's also a possibility that they add another one. Let's say you double doom someone with the Grimstroke ulti, so that's 2. 1 hero dies, and then it latches to another hero, and then you'd like doom him again. And then that's
too much math going on there.
Yeah, then they could, like right now they have 4. Maybe they give it to Faceless Void because Faceless Void has enough mana to actually cast 2 Chronosphere. Before he was struggling as a hero, but now you build into these stats. You also get the stats
Radiant's top tower
on your own levels, so not bad. And getting closer to BKB.
Yeah, he's nearly got that. You're right. That is absolutely huge for Vici.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Doombringer up at the top of the network at 25k, overtaking, leapfrogging across Miracle's Morphling. And Nigma now the ones.
He decided not to get Lycans in the end, just went for the full butterfly, has a Scotty, finds Spell Prism, and of course finds Illusion Escape on top of it.
Perfect.
Because it's just the thing, Ice Frog and Gaben, they love to give certain items to certain heroes. Personal gifts, here you go.
There you go. What level's the Dagon on the Void Spirit? I saw he started picking up Dagons now.
Oh, it's pretty high. It's actually Dagon 5.
It's Dagon 5 already! Jeez.
So what they want to do with Void Spirit, like all that damage amplification from Kaya Sanj, has also Enchanted Quiver, level 25, the simulate stuns for 2.5 seconds. So a lot of stuns, like Earth Spirit going in. You have Doom with also Shard upgrade, so that stun is increased by 0.6 seconds on top of it. You have a Vor Stomp. And this is it, like Doom, he's ready to go. This is what you've been waiting for. Like this, like until this point, you weren't really playing a game. Like now the fun starts.
Now you're suddenly an actual hero that you picked it for. Oh my goodness. Yeah, late game hitting here. Real hard for Vici Gaming, getting into the groove of things. And they are smoking down south. It looks like Morphling was just in that bottom right-hand corner, the elbow of the map, hiding away in the trees. Vici Gaming won't be able to spot him out, as it looks like he has a Blink Dagger queued up on Miracle there. So I guess the Swift Blink might be coming for him. A way to jump in and out of these fights a little bit better.
Bought a book and now has 2 waveform charges, also gets a blink, so he can get in and out of the fights, potentially blink out of the Chronosphere, but what he wants to do is blow up Grimstroke. Yeah. Like Leash mechanic, too powerful to play against them. DY, not a single defensive item, just a 4 staff. could potentially make a big play with the Trickster Cloak that he's holding, just be invis in team fights. Right now, they have no gem on side of Nigma. Couple of sentries on Kuro, and that's it.
Yeah, and all of these tier 2 towers, they've been waiting for Vici Gaming just to come and claim. It looks like reasonably free money if they can actually get on top of the towers down bottom and mid. But Nigma, they're making that move up top, trying to force Vici Gaming away from where they want to play and more into that top jungle area.
If Vici Gaming can clean like 2 supports first, they are gonna win this fight so easily. Doom, at the moment, level 25, plus 2.4 seconds Infernal Blade damage. The more HP you get, the more damage it deals. So against Morphling, one of the best abilities in the game, percentage-based damage-wise. Anything is good.
Superb. Oh, hello. Morphling. Where has he gone? Waveforms away. They're still rolling. poyoyo trying to give chase, but Miracle's into Earth Spirit mode. Time dilation. I don't think it quite caught him, and he's got the Manta to dispel it anyway. Old 11 poyoyo. poyoyo have to give up on the chase for now. And that's given a bit of time here for Nigma to grab up some additional items. That BKB on Lycan has arrived. And it feels like they might want to go out and smoke across the map themselves. Always having to address that top lane though, contending with the push from Nigma, which has just been shoving that top wave in consistently. That's something Vici Gaming have to keep in the back of their minds at all times.
I love this build on Ori. Just all in.
Oh, man,
Does
yeah.
not have a single defensive item. Finds a Spell Prism, because why not? Why wouldn't you lower the cooldown on all of your abilities? Plus Dagon.
Miracle. Oh, poyoyo. Down to about 500 HP or so. But it's like we said at the end of the draft at the start of the game, isn't it? Vici Gaming, their draft is very much all in. Once they commit real hard for targets, for kills, and for team fights. So having the optimization that follows through on it feels really good.
And know what, Gary? Backtrack talent, 20% now available on Faceless Void, so things could get tricky. Let's say you dodge full E-Blade damage. Thank you, Ice Frog. Like, I'm gonna go in and just win a game off that.
Radiant's middle tower.
Super powerful stuff. And they've got the double outpost again. Real strong presence on the map from Vici Gaming. And Radiant's vision right now, it is pretty much that top lane ward, and one in their own triangle is quite deep. So they don't see the smoke maneuver that Vici Gaming are pulling right now. Still a while for that next Roshan to spawn, around 3 minutes it looks like. For the potential to try and grab Miracle here. As the Aegis is reclaimed, DD Void Spirit front lines for his squad. They'll hold back with the smoke and don't jump just yet.
A bit limited on tower damage for Vici Gaming, that's why they are respecting Nigma. The good jump they can have with the Clockwork, and follow up, of course, with the Morphling.
And they're just dewarding everything. And we've got double wards now in that top jungle area. It looks like there's a bit of a catch on the Snapfire. Nice little freebie there for the Void Spirit. Ori with that DD still going.
Kuro, thanks one for the team. And look,
someone needs to be out there.
500 gold he got for that kill.
Wait, really? Because it was a solo kill.
Solo kill by Ori, level 27, so he's gonna have other talents online on top of it. Already has mana regen plus the damage available.
I saw an arcane blink for the Doombringer now as well, so
lower the cooldown.
Yeah,
that's all what this is about. Has
so
quickening charm on top of it. 10.6 seconds on the board stop. Infernal Blade 3.5 seconds. The duration 1.2.
Yeah, for that Doom as well. I mean, real huge for Old 11. Miracle is lurking in the shadows. Sends out the Illusionist's Cape Illusion. It's immediately zapped by the Dagon of Ori, making a stand there against Miracle. It's still been a good job for this Morphling to get farm out on the map, which has been closing in around them for the past 10-15 minutes. But it honestly feels like this next team fight is it's just going to end the game one way or the other. People are going to run towards the buildings, and
we still have buybacks. 9 out of the 10 heroes will have a buyback available soon. The only one who's not close is Mind Control on the darts here.
Seer. He buys the Scythe of Ice. He comes in, but Ori's out. They don't get the finish. That Kaya Sanj helping him to slip away from MC and Miracle.
Miracle playing a different game, understands that they're in a spot where he needs to do Miracle stuff and decides to buy Hex on Morphling, something we don't see usual.
No. Well, yeah, they've been struggling with that catch and kill, and it feels like GH Clockwork not able to really offer them that consistently. So the Scythe device definitely helping out. There's been very good, patient defensive play from Nigma when they know they're behind, they know they need something fantastic to come out of Miracle's Morphling.
No Lotus Orbs on Nigma, just turn it back to Doom so he can get another Doom off, which could potentially be a pretty big deal, and just be able to remove the silences, remove the time dilation. Faceless Void picked up the shard. There's so many mean stuff in game right now, like Clockwork with his shard, and now we have One Punch with the Dark Seer, Faceless Void with the Revind. I wish I had this Revind mechanic.
Oh, yeah?
When I say something stupid during the cast, I just go back, didn't say it.
You've never said anything stupid, I don't think.
Nope.
Everybody just laughs at you. Oh, Morphling Illusions contended with by Ori. No problems there. But it's a very unusual map state to be in. Enigma are the ones moving out, pressuring lanes and continually pushing with the Lycan wards, with the Morphling, and Vici Gaming almost scrambling to find these fights, but it's not like a desperate scrambling. They're not in a rush to do things. They're still just looking for that perfect pick-off which can swing them into an objective or a Roshan or a high ground push. It's quite a delicate position to be in.
23k gold lead for them. Doom also getting some higher levels, higher than 25. Not the best talent that he gets.
Are
A
scanned.
DD rune on Morph. Does he want to do something with it? That's the question. Do you want to go out and play the map with this DD rune, look for a team fight, or do you want to sit back and farm a little bit more? Because you've got some big items coming out. Shape-shifted.
Already going in.
Gets the wolves going. They've got a silence onto the Void Spirit now, but he's managed to get himself away and cheeses up. But the Chrono, poyoyo's back onto ILTW, finding the Lycan, and it looks like they'll stab into the back lines. The Morphling Scythe device catches the Doombringer, but poyoyo forces him back. Miracle is shoved into his own jungle. Vici Gaming come out strong, catch the Miracle Morph and zap him with a Dagon. poyoyo picks up that final touch on that kill, but that is a statement of intent from Vici. This is their game, their map to control, and Nigma has no right to be playing down in that bottom lane.
They have one of the best heroes in the game, in the late game. You have Chronosphere, you have Faceless Void with the backtrack now, you have double Doom, triple Doom, even more Dooms if they decide to hand them that refresher that Faceless Void is still holding on to. Next Roche may respawn, it is gonna respawn in 50 seconds.
Oh yeah.
But they should poke, like they should try to poke something, see what happens.
Find a bonus kill here maybe. Kuro, they know he's in the tree line. Immediate bash from poyoyo. And Ori picks up another kill for his second streak. GH and MC, they've hookshotted and vacuumed this Earth
BKB in a second.
He's going to BKB and attempt to roll, but it's cancelled out by GH. So Earth Spirit down and something going Nigma's way. But the push is coming.
Like, you did not expect aggression from offlaner and position 4, who are the only ones who are alive at the moment, and they've got a pick up.
They're still going to have to contend with this actual shove into their base though. Look at mid lane. They've got creeps coming in onto tier 3 tower. They wall up, but there's the dive coming in. The two boys going to work, pairing up beautifully, and we're going to catch out this Dark Seer inside the bubble. Old 11, hookshot it up, but GH dead to rights under his own tier 3s. Buybacks are available for Nigma.
Everyone has a buyback. It's just that if they, like, they will probably need to buy back if they want to contest a Roche, because Roche is holding on to too many stuff right now. Four free items for them.
Yeah, an absolute delight in that Roche pit. And there are the buybacks, just as you expected. Rocket Flare is going to try and scout out Vici Gaming's movements as well. And back to controlling the lanes we go. And Vici just not taking any risks here, really, are they? They know that they can keep this going, extend things out. They are scaling and accelerating a little bit faster than Nigma, who want a team fight right here, right now.
Vici has been very stable in terms of decision-making, experienced team, so they know how to win a game. Like, they love to play these type of games.
The Void Spirit Illusions. Lycan's going to try and kill off one. Morphling takes down the other. And they are in this Roche pit.
He already used Manta.
Miracle In comes poyoyo. Ixwell, time dilation, but doesn't catch Morphling out. Miracle too quick on the fingers. Well, Ori. Oh, he's in, he's out. He's trying to shake it. And do and bring up inside some multiple cogs.
He's trapped.
Double cogs, he can't move anywhere. The force staff out and the wall back in. There's a Doom though, finding mind controls. Miracle's blown up by the Void Spirit.
It's a buyback.
He does have to buy back, doesn't he? I mean, Nigma, they're struggling in this one. The Doom is too strong.
Doom available.
Again. That looks like it's done for as Nigma. They lose the clock and docks here with no buybacks on them. It's basically going to be a 5 versus 3 as Vici could think about moving high ground.
It's just that this dude, like, they try to go on him, trap him with the cogs. There's just not enough damage. He's way too tanky with the heart, with all the armor that he gets from the items. And now they can go inside a pit, finish it off, and go in. It's a 40k gold lead for Team Vici Gaming.
40 kills, 42k net worth lead now. poyoyo grabs up that Roshan Aegis. What's he got? Refresher Shard, yeah. Finishes off his Mjolnir. And a couple of goodies for PYW and DY as well. Little party bags for them after that little Roche Pit excursion.
Magnum Scepter picked up by Faceless Void, so a lot of chaos in the front lines, going in and out. You can't really focus him. He has that rewind button and also Aegis plus backtrack on top of it.
And are you worried as Vici Gaming like at all going high ground here?
They
like,
should feel pretty safe right now, Gary, about closing out this game.
I'm just thinking, you know, vacuum wall, kisses, lots of magical damage, some illusions, but at this point, like you're saying, they've got so many items, it doesn't feel like that's going to be an issue.
It's a 51k gold lead.
It's monumental for Vici Gaming, you know, game 1. And they've got that tier 3.
Radiant's middle tower.
Super easy move up to the high ground.
Radiant's middle
Breach the ramp.
under attack.
And take down the barracks too. And Nigma are going to have to really think about how they want to start this fight off, because they've probably only got one fight left in them. As Vici Gaming have about 7 or 8 heroes, maybe even 9 heroes worth of spells, abilities, and lives. And there's the rewind. Gets poyoyo in and out. Inkswell also used by the Grimstroke just to hold back and reset. Again, very calm, very deliberate movement from Vici Gaming.
Yeah, Octarine Core plus Spell Prism Dagon is 12-second cooldown with all that
damage?
spell amp.
800 damage?
It's 800. It's more than 1,000. 1,040 with all the spell amp that he's got.
That's nuts.
I'm doing math, Gary, while I'm casting. I'm actually not gonna just click the alt button, but I was doing it.
I saw you doing it. There's the catch on GH. Clockwork gone for 80 seconds, and they're just going to go and clean up the entirety of Nigma now. It looks like fountain dive time for Vici Gaming with a 2-man chrono. Now,
Dagon, that's the combo.
Get them both caught up inside, but a size of voice. A hex from Nigma, but a turnaround coming in. RTW and Miracle can't stand their ground. poyoyo is too strong at this point. One hero remains for Nigma.
You know what I always say, Gary, when it's time to call it,
It's time to call it.
It really is, because they have no business whatsoever in this game.
Last man standing is that Morphling right now. And he can't defend against the 5 members of Vici Gaming, hammering away at your tier 4 towers and soon to be your throne. Game 1. I mean, it was close. It was competitive for the first, 25, 30 minutes. It looked like Nigma might just have had it. But Vici Gaming hold out. And